everybody, welcome to another episode of DeLorean Tech, and today we are going to be reviewing and mounting new tires on this DeLorean. We're going to be reviewing the new Hankook Kinergy ST series tires. These are the first tires in about 10 years that have been offered as a matching set in the proper size for the DeLorean. So these Kinergy STs are brand new. These were actually made about a couple months ago based on the DOT code, and you've got the proper 195/60/14s in the front, and you've got the proper 235/60/15s in the rear. So I've been waiting for a matching set of tires for my DeLorean for basically since I bought the car. And I currently have Dunlop GT qualifiers on there, but those tires are really too old to continue using on the car. And it just so happened that Hankook has just started with these new Kinergy STs in the proper size. So on the rear tires you have the white raised lettering, so we'll just run that on the inside when we replace these tires here. For the fronts, yeah, these tires look really nice, so I'm pretty excited about it. These Dunlops that I've got in the car are pretty old. It's just not safe to continue using them. In fact, what they recommend is that between 6 and 10 years the tires should be replaced regardless of wear. So if you are running tires that are older than 6 years on your DeLorean, it does pose a safety issue. I don't drive the car really all that much. It's definitely not a daily driver, but I could not pass up this opportunity. The whole set cost me like $376 on Amazon. I just got these delivered today and really looking forward to getting these on the car. And one of the things you can do to check the age of the tire itself to make sure that you're not running tires that are too old. Although with a DeLorean that's not hard to do. You look at, so first you look for that DOT code right there. Then you scroll over and you look for that number right there. So 3120. That means that this tire was manufactured in the 31st week of the year 2020. So that was just a few months ago. Same thing with the rear tire. So for the rear tire, here's the DOT code, and you scroll over and that tire was made in the 30th week of the year 2020. So these are brand new tires. This car has not seen new tires in well over a decade. You know, it's a safety issue. You definitely don't want to skimp on tires. So the last time we had a matching set of tires was probably the BF Goodrich radial TAs back in 2011, or the Michelin Pilots and the Cooper Cobras. All of those sort of kind of died out back in 2010, 2009, 2011. You might find one size of those tires available, but you're not going to find a matching set, and you have not been able to find a matching set that has been manufactured past 2011. Okay, until now, with these Hankook Kinergy STs that we're going to be putting on this car tomorrow. So Hankook is a Korean company, but one thing I did notice, and I was actually pleasantly surprised, is that these tires are actually made in the USA, so I was pretty pleased about that. So I'm going to pull off the wheels tonight, get the car ready for tomorrow. I'm just going to take the wheels off and take them to my mechanic and have him mount the new tires, balance them, and I just finished the KW suspension. The car looks amazing. So I'm really eager to get some new rubber on these wheels. So for the front tires, we have 195/60/14s, and for the rear tires, we have And for the rear tires, we have 235/60 15s. So the other great thing about these Hankook tires is that you no longer have to downsize the rear tire in order to get a matching set of tires for the DeLorean. A popular option was to go with 195/60 14s in the front and drop down to 225/60 15s in the rear. But I feel like that just takes away from the look of the car. The car was originally offered with 235/60 15s in the rear, and that is what it needs to have in order for it to look properly and also handle properly. You could go up to a 245/60, but I feel that that makes the tire look too big in the rear compared to the front. If you were going to do something like that and also lower the car, you might want to consider going with 205s in the front. But again, if you lower the car, you might end up with some rubbing problems. So sticking with the original factory sizes for the DeLorean tires is really the only way to go. So how I do it is I just take the wheels and tires off. I take my new tires over here, throw everything in the back of the truck, take it to my guy down the road who does tires, and I'm just gonna have him swap them out, balance them, then I'll bring them back, put the wheels and tires on the car. I don't like taking the car out and dropping it off at places to have work done. Okay, so I have the car on jack stands right now, and I also threw the race ramps underneath just to be on the safe side in case we get an earthquake or something while I'm gone getting the new tires mounted. So you want to use the jack points to secure the car with jack stands when you have all four wheels off the car. Okay, so I got the new tires and the old wheels and tires all loaded up here on the truck. So let's go ahead and head over to get these new tires mounted. Okay, so I got the new Hankook Kinergy tires installed on my wheels here, and I think they look great. I really like the design pattern. So these tires have been on the car for a really long time. They're old, they've expired. They should have been replaced kind of a long time ago. But just to give you an idea of how bad these tires were and how much borrowed time I was on, when they tried to break this tire from the wheel, it actually tore right here. So that gives you an idea of the integrity of these tires for it to tear like that, just breaking it from the wheel. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and mount the wheels and tires back on the car with the new Hankooks, and then we'll take it out for a test drive. So I've got all four tires on the car. I'm going to go ahead now and then drop the car back down, torque the lug nuts to 60 foot-pounds. Okay, so the car's down. I'm going to go ahead and start torquing these lug nuts to factory specification. Okay, so I have my torque wrench set to 60 foot-pounds. After we torque the wheels, we're also going to check tire pressure as well to make sure that they're... We'll probably have to make some adjustments, but we'll see. There we go. So let's go ahead and check the tire pressure. So, wow, these are like 36, so we're gonna have to drop that down. For normal speed driving, 30 in the rear and 23 psi in the front. So that's 30 pounds right there. Go ahead and take a look at the fronts. 23, perfect. So before we check the other side, I always go with a second gauge just to be on the safe side. So let's see what this gauge is saying. 24. So this one is saying about the same. It'll look a little bit lower. There we go. Try this one more time. 23.5. It's probably good enough. 2 gauges. So pressures are 23 in the front, 30 in the rear, all the way around. Lug nuts are torqued to 60 foot-pounds, and now we're going to take this thing out for a test drive. Alright, so here we are. Take a little test drive with the new tires. See how they feel. So far, so good. Wow. Immediate improvement. Yeah, feel pretty good so far with the KW suspension. Very quiet as well. Definitely a noted improvement here. Yeah, definitely quieter, feels better. Feels good to actually have some nice tires with the car now. All right, awesome. Okay, well that is the video on the new Hankook tires. I think they look really great. I think I'm gonna clean them up a little bit, and yeah, definitely a win. So finally, a matching set of tires for the DeLorean. So with these, sort of really the only viable option out there right now, I'm glad they're good performing tires. They're quiet, they're comfortable. I just upgraded the suspension, so it's running really well so far, but the new KWs and obviously these new Hankook tires on here, brand new. The car has never handled or felt better than it does right now. So overall, I'm pretty happy with everything. Okay, so I cleaned up the tires And I put some of this Meguiar's Hot Shine tire coating on them, and man, they look awesome. I don't know what it is about the texture on the designs here on the sidewall, but it really catches the light, and I think it's kind of hard to pick up on the camera. You really kind of have to see it in person, but I don't know what it is, but it looks really nice. Same with the fronts. Yeah, that looks really awesome. Yeah, these are really nice. Alright guys, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about these new Hankook tires. And once again, thanks for watching.